Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to everybody's favorite segment on this channel, the Power Rankings. Normally I do this right Sunday night, so that's posted first Monday morning. But last night I went crazy deep into a poker tournament, so that didn't get, I went 2 or 3 hours past when I normally go to bed and all that stuff. So we're doing it first thing this morning. Bear with me. I'm a little bit still trying to get in the swing of things. Before I go too far, please go down there, like, subscribe to this channel. We do all sorts of baseball videos throughout the season. We're following the whole season along. I do a wake up with baseball every morning, just talking about the games, talking about how teams are progressing in that. So if you don't like what you see in the Power Rankings video, I don't really care, but it's just my opinion. Like, this is how I'm seeing teams. A lot of people talking about, but this team beat this team beat that team, this team's won 7 in a row. Why are they so low? This is how I see them, how they're playing, I see their team shaping up. Like, if you're in the top row, you're in a playoff spot. You're, in my mind, going to make the playoffs. If you're in the second row, you're contending for the playoff spot. And bottom row, no chance. Second bottom row, basically eliminated. So, like, come on. Like, I'm not going to move the Pirates because they had a great week from here up to here. It's not happening. I don't care what the record is. It's not happening. But starting with things off, let's just do something everyone can agree with. I almost grabbed the wrong card there. We got the Colorado Rockies. I think everyone can agree with this, right? Last place team, 4 wins on the season so far, and just not a lot going for them. And it's unfortunate because I used to be a big fan of the Rockies till they traded Arenado. So now he's gone, and they're gone too. Number 29. We got the Detroit Tigers. After a pretty hot start, they're coming back to earth. The pitching is coming back to earth. They have 1 or 2 guys that are really making them fun to watch, like Badu. Miz is pretty cool to watch, and Matthew Boyd's having a season. But other than that, with Miggy not even in the chase right now for his home runs, it's not a lot going on there. Number 28, with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Even though they had a pretty good series against the Nationals, I don't see them going very far. They're A, in a very tough division, and B, they're like one of those teams that don't seem to have a lot going for them. Pitching, hitting, maybe I'm wrong. This is probably the lowest you'll see them all year. Number 27, Baltimore Orioles. I think this one makes a lot of sense. Starting 3-0, they've come back down to earth. They just lost a series with the Rangers, who aren't very much higher than them. And yeah, they don't have their pitching. It's been good, and their hitting's been good, but they don't have the caliber for a strong team, at least from my perspective. And that being said, 26, number Rangers, right ahead of them. Same kind of story. They're a young team and on the bats, and their pitching is being led by Kyle Gibson. So I don't know if I really need to say much more. They've had a good season so far, so they've got to be excited of what's going on. They're winning games, but I just don't see it being able to be consistent. Some of these teams might have winning weeks. Doesn't mean they're going to be out of the bottom row, as I was saying at the start. Number 25, I got the Pirates. Pirates have been doing all right. Better than these teams in my mind. Their offense has really clicked. Surprisingly to me, their offense has put up a number of runs. Maybe it's because of who they're playing. That'll remain to be seen until these next coming weeks. Brubaker, young guy for them, has had a really good start to this season. And a couple of their other pitchers are doing all right. So, number 25. Can they get out of the bottom row? Not so sure. Oh, number 24. It's been a hard drop for the Chicago Cubs. Cubs, on Saturday, they had a big win. We're like, okay, their offense is finally here. They might make some moves. And then they got smashed on Sunday night. We all saw it. Hendricks, his second time now where he's just been crushed in the first inning. That's very worrisome. They don't have Darvish anymore. They don't have a lot of these other guys, so their pitching has fallen. If you watch Wake Up with Baseball, we're going through the ERA of their bullpen and stuff. Not good. Not good. Just a hard drop. And really, I don't see them coming to the bottom row. But they're on the edge, so I guess anything's possible if they keep it up. Next up, we got the Marlins. Marlins are 23. I had them last week, and it must have been crazy. They made a big jump up. Their pitching is very good. Their offense has its shines. They have the players. It just doesn't click all the time, and you often see them get shut out or one runs. So that's the thing that's holding them back, I think. They're also, again, in probably the most competitive division in the National League at the very least. So projected to be last in that division. But 23rd overall, it's pretty good, right? Next up, we have the Nationals. So same story with the division. With this, Strasburg's kind of dealing with injuries. The rest of their deep pitching's not good. Scherzer, he's the one guy. And the top of their offense is good. Like, they have the pieces to be good. But the depth is just not there for the Nationals, at least to start the season. They got a slow start. They missed the first series while everyone was playing, so it's a little bit slower. Not holding it too much against them yet. I don't expect them to stay this low, to be honest. That's probably where they're going to hit and bounce back up, I would think. Number 21, San Francisco Giants. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, Giants, they're 9-7. Why are they 21? Because I'm not sold on this team yet. I just don't see them being able to compete for a playoff spot. They're in the West, where those two spots are already taken. Padres, Dodgers, we know they got a spot. So there's one spot for grabs for these guys. So that's a little unfortunate for them. Number 2, their offense has not done anything. They're nothing to write home about. Stremski's not doing the kind of start that they need him to do. The one thing that has them so good in my books right now, their pitching. Their starting pitching has been excellent. Mind you, if they keep up what they're doing, I'll have no choice but to move them up. But to see them up in the top rows, not going to happen unless you see them actually get their offense together, which there's no signs of that yet. Number 20, it's the same kind of story. They're number 20, and they're leading their division. I know people are going to be like, whatever. I don't see it lasting. I don't see the pieces there. Maybe someone can roll in here and be like, this is why the Mariners are doing so well. I see them winning these very close games, these come late inning games. Their pitching's been good one game. Their hitting's been good another game. I just don't know if they can be consistent. If they keep this up for another week, sure. I'll start to believe. I just remember last year, if you followed the power rankings, they did the same thing, and I got them too high, I think, before they fell back to earth. So I'm not sold yet. They just came off a win of the Astros series, but I'm not holding that one too much against the Astros, and we'll get to that in a minute. Number 19, I got the Brewers. They just lost to the Pirates in a series, so they fall a little bit. Not holding the loss too much against them. I find that their starting pitching, we all know what the stats are there. It's killing it. Their bats are somewhat good. It's just not all clicking at once. Yelich is out, so I find that to be a big blow for them. I'm not going to hold it against them too much. I'm not going to go too far into the Brewers. This one, the biggest droppers of the week, probably. New York Yankees. Had them in the top row. But after watching them lose the Blue Jays, their starting pitching just hasn't been able to, come. Ever since they have Garrett Cole and everyone else isn't doing anything. Their bullpen, struggling. Their bats, struggling. And the fact that they lose the Blue Jays and then the Blue Jays start losing to the Blue Jays haven't beat any other teams but the Yankees in a series yet. And that includes the Rangers. So I can't really hold the Yankees any higher anymore because I can't see where they're going to start winning. I'm getting nervous for them. If I'm a Yankees fan, I'm panicking. I'm not going to lie. Number 17, I got the Rays. So the Rays swept the Yankees, so I have to put them ahead of the Yankees. I think on paper they just beat the Yankees, but I don't know if I'm sold that they're going to be able to beat the teams ahead of them just yet. I had them much lower. So the series bumped them up and also dragged the Yankees way down because I kind of see them now in the same boat. So we'll see how this story plays out. Could be way off on both these teams, but we'll see. Number 16, we got the Angels. And we didn't get to see them this weekend because of the postponements. So I was excited to see how they were going to compete against a top team like the Twins. And they lost the Royals, so didn't get to see them too much. Ohtani's hasn't been back on the mound yet, so he's expected to start this week on Tuesday. So excited about that. Not too much else. Number 15, I got the Blue Jays. I wanted to see these two play their last game, but it got postponed because that was like the rubber match who was winning. At this point, giving the edge to the Blue Jays, I don't know if that's right. Blue Jays, their pitching is scary and their offense, like scary, not like I'm worried about it, scary. Their offense has really cooled off. Vladdy Guerrero's the one, like, been a monster though. Like, these are basically the same. Consider it two 15s because the 16 got erased anyway. Number 14, riding on up, we got the Kansas City Royals. The Royals just came off a great series with the Blue Jays. They beat the Angels. They've been winning, and they're top in their division. A lot of people at the beginning of the season predicted that they were going to do a lot better than people thought. I was one of them. I did not expect it to be this good this early. Salvador Perez has just been amazing, clutch, hitting a couple clutch home runs in the series against the Blue Jays. Their pitching, after that first week of struggles, has really settled down, so they could very well be for real. And I am a believer that they've earned that position, for sure. Number 13, we got the Oakland A's. So after such a bad start to the season, they've bounced back. They're above 500 now. I don't know if I'm sold, but they did have a very tough schedule at the start, right? So I'm not holding it against them. I'm still not 100% in on them. I want to see more. I want to see them keep this up. They just beat the Tigers. They're beating teams they should beat. So, number 12, I got the Astros. So I find these teams to be neck and neck. They're neck and neck. The Astros have unfortunately been dealing with injuries this week. Injury, sickness, whatever you want to call it. They've been dealing with it, and it's probably cost them that series against the Mariners. For the most part, I think that's the West. The West is very tight between these three, but I don't figure those three right now to be World Series contenders, at least from what I'm seeing. Again, we're super early, right? Number 11, we got the Cincinnati Reds. No longer can I doubt that their offense is capable. No longer can I doubt that some of these pitchers are not going to get it done for them. Castillo's a big question mark. He hasn't performed super well. Brought Sonny Gray's finally back. He had his first start over the weekend. It went well. So they're right in the thick of it, and that National League Central's up for grabs. So I really think they have a shot at the playoffs. If they definitely keep playing the way they are and they avoid losing a starting pitcher, because that could be, I don't know what their depth is like, so that could be devastating for them. Number 10, I got the Atlanta Braves. The Braves should be higher, but their starting pitching is very scary for me. It's just not been good. What else can I say other than that? They've just given up a lot of runs. If it wasn't for their offense, they could be easily as low as down here. Their offense has been spectacular, though. And Acuna's out now with a somewhat injury. We don't know how long he'll miss. That's devastating. Can't put the Braves any higher, really, arguably, with such question mark in pitching. Because we all know, pitching wins championships. So, yeah. Number 9. I got the Twins. I haven't got to see a lot of them. So the problem with the Twins at this point is, A, they got postponed over the weekend, so they have less games than most teams. And B, I think they might be leading the league in doubleheaders. So I don't like the way doubleheaders very much. I had the Twins higher last week, of course, but they've been losing. I still think they're a strong team. I just haven't had a lot of chance to see what they're all about. This next week, assuming they get back on the field, we'll get a better idea of what they're about. But I don't want to punish them too much for just playing these weird kind of games. They're on a little bit of a losing streak, so we got to keep an eye on that. Next up, Cardinals, number 8. I think they're a strong favorite to win the NL Central at this point. Got someone nipping at their heels though, right? But they're not it's not a great record, right? I understand that. But I think with the way the team is, the way Molina is captaining this team, they're gonna be strong, consistent. They're only expected 86 something wins on the season, so this is very well likely the highest they'll get, unless they go on a tear. The pitching is my biggest question mark with them. Wainwright's not been consistent. They don't really have the depth. Offensive-wise, definitely a good team. And given their division, we got guy down here, guy down here, guy over there, like they should be able to make a playoff spot. Or at least one of these guys, right? Number 7. I don't know if I'm doing this because everyone was like, why are they so low? Why are they so low? Or because I'm actually starting to believe. They won 9 in a row, but now they've lost 1. They went 1-3 in their last 4. But it's against a team that's higher than them, right? So I'm not going to hold it too much. This could very well be the highest they go. A lot of people didn't expect it, but they're getting Chris Sale back. Their offense is good. All these players are good. Volly's having a great season so far. After that, we got Nick Pivetta. He's pretty decent, so like very capable of being here. And with these two teams, all these teams faltering right now, it's wide open. Wide open. So I'm trying to show here that there's right now a big gap in the AL East between Boston and anyone else. So that's what I'm trying to show here. I understand everyone was like, they should be number 1, whatever. No, you guys are crazy. Number 6, we got the Phillies. I had dropped them. And then Nola came on the mound and reminded me why I like the Phillies this year. Their pitching is getting it done. Their offense is getting it done in games. They're winning. They're doing better than Atlanta. They're doing better than Atlanta. I think they're a good team. Very well going to compete all season long. I'm excited to see this. They're high. I have them higher than a lot of other people, but from what I've seen, I have to. I like this team on paper. I like watching this team. They seem hype. Just they address their issues in the bullpen. So, number 5, Indians. If you watch my Wake Up with Baseball, you might be surprised to see this because I'm always hating on the Indians, but it's hard to. Their starting pitching is by far, well, next to the Dodgers probably and the Padres, it's probably the best rotation in the American League. The bats, if they get 6 runs at least, they win. So I think it's starting to wake up. They're definitely getting their mojo going. And honestly, on any given night, they can beat any team. So I really think they're a good team. Otherwise, if they're not scoring, they're struggling. But because of their pitching, they still have a chance to win, even if they're not scoring. Number 4, the Chicago White Sox. It's pretty high. A lot of people will probably think that. But I don't know. I really see them win. Their offense is probably a mega powerhouse, top in that American League. Their pitching is pretty good. Like on most days, gets the job done. At least keeps them in games enough where they can get that walk off, Abreu come up, whatever. Number 4, I believe that's top in the American League too. So right now I have them both battling in the Central for tops in the American League. Number 3, the New York Mets. This kind of goes to the same story as what I was talking about with the Twins. So I don't have enough information, really. But I don't have enough information the other way to bring them down. Because, like, to me, their pitching is amazing. They even got Stroman yesterday pitching 8 innings. The only question mark I have is their offense, but it kind of goes with the Indians. Like, I'd rather have great pitching than great offense. Because pitching can win you a game 1-0. Great offense, you're still losing 10-9 kind of thing. So that's the way I look at it. And it's only going to get better for the Mets as they heat up here. Number 1 and 2, we got the Padres. They had quite the battle over the weekend with the Dodgers. They came back with a big win that they needed. Snell was clutch. Yu Darvish had a great game. Like, it was a great playoff atmosphere, series, you name it. I'm just going to put this up here because I'll talk about them both. Yeah, they showed that they can hang with the Dodgers. The Dodgers won the series. Dodgers going to Dodger. They're going to stay number one probably the whole season. Like, let's be honest, right? But the Padres are saying, hey, we're coming for you. You better keep going. And that's going to keep the Dodgers pushing. So this is going to make for some amazing baseball. We could potentially see the best two records in a division maybe ever. We'll see how that goes. But that's interesting, right? But yeah, that's the power rankings. Let me know in the comments below how much I screwed it up, because that's all you guys like to say, how much I screwed it up. Where would you have certain teams? How could I possibly have the Giants so low, Twins, whatever, you name it. But if you could, while you're at it, drop a subscribe, drop a comment, drop whatever. We're going to be doing this all season long, and I appreciate it whenever you guys let me know. I like talking with you guys. So thanks for watching. See you for the next video.